Hello, Dr. Bhattacharya. It's an absolute pleasure
Thank,
and honor to be talking to you about your
thank,
debut book, that is Resonance. And thank you for
thank.
joining us. There are so many questions in my mind, and I'm looking
Yes.
forward to read the book entirely and show it, also give it to my friends who are like on their entrepreneurial journey. So yeah,
Sure, I would be
without
awaiting the
any
feedback.
without any further ado, can I quickly dive into the questions?
Yeah, sure. Please proceed.
Okay. So first of all, what inspired you to write Resonance?
Actually, from education background, I am a scientist. I did my PhD in quantum science, and means I was going through the process. So it struck me that problems of interference, uncertainty, probability, they exist in real life also. Okay, so apart from writing in journals, working with molecules, how about investigating how they matter in real life and how they affect people in real life, like the quantum principles. Okay, so that motivated me to do a bit more of research on that. And later, I started working with AI and human psychology. I was a teacher for about 10 years. So I dealt with students for around a decade or so. So I worked with human psychology, and there were many striking features that came out. And later, I shifted to the marketing domain. And there also, I saw that how products are sold, how human minds are being manipulated, or the marketing infrastructure, they're trying to manipulate you to buy something and things like that. So I accumulated all three
Exactly.
of them and built a product which is called Quantum Marketing Resonance Engine, or Resonance, as it's in the book.
Wow, that sounds great because nowadays the marketing is so in your face. People are
Right.
influenced, day in and day out, and the things which they even don't need it, they end up
Exactly.
buying. Yeah.
Exactly. So means during this thing, demonetization and Corona, people were so afraid of missing out. Everybody was standing in the line. Somebody was getting something, somebody was not getting. So the brands cashed in on it, and they created what is now called FOMO, fear of missing out, right? And started the
Absolutely.
spot sales. If you don't buy the phone within the next 30 minutes, you lose out on it. So people didn't even think that I am having the same phone with me, nothing extra, but still I shouldn't miss out. I should grab the
Yeah.
opportunity. Right. So
Yeah, it's like a
everybody
fear
had this
mongering. Yeah.
exactly fear mongering. So that played on people's mind. And it's not very difficult. I will just give a small example. Suppose I ask you or ask someone that how is your day? So you will tell I am fine. It's a very good day. And then I ask you that when was the last time you went on a date, or you went on a vacation, or went on a vacation abroad? Then the guy person will start thinking, yes, right, I am just working day in and day out, and I didn't go on a date, I didn't go on a vacation, and Instagram, FB, I see everyone going on that. And then I repeat the same question, how are you, how is your day? Then the answer won't be the same. Then it will be, yeah, it's okay, okay, something working out, like that. It won't be, I am
Yeah.
good, I'm fine. Right. So that's how human mind
Exactly.
can be played upon.
Yeah. And human mind tends to dwell on negative things. Oh, this happened with me, yes, that happened, and keep on the loop, looping things.
Exactly. The good things they just
Yeah, they're
flash away,
never
but
in
the
the.
negative things keep on running around.
Yeah, yeah. I've realized that many of us are not in the present moment to understand, to be with ourselves and to strategize what or plan properly. We are like looking at others and then taking steps, not knowing
Exactly.
what to
So
itself.
in quantum science, it's called interference. Molecule just interfere with one another. One is in a particular state, the other molecule also gets influenced by that, and it moves to a
Correct.
different state. So
Correct.
that's in quantum science we call interference.
Yeah, you must be know a lot about film, not that well versed. It was in that
So
schooling
the
and all
entire effort,
college.
the entire was to make things simple so that people can understand a bit of quantum and can understand a bit of AI in it. So that
So,
was the
Dr.
entire effort.
Bhattacharya, tell me, your book can be layman, as in, or just
Yes,
entrepreneurs or business.
no, absolutely. So, see, we have grown up seeing, means marketers say that the phase of growing up has two phases. One is education, say up to 18 years, 20, 24 years. The next phase is marketing. Once you prepare your CV, then you're marketing yourselves, your skills, your talents. If you are not marketing yourself, you are buying products marketed by others. right? So
Correct.
education and marketing, these are two phases in which we live our life, current day saying so. So once you enter the market, there are various
Mm.
things, noises, this product that we call noises that are coming from various sides, but only a few of them
Mm.
resonate, right? So it clicks with our mind,
Yeah.
resonance as we say, and some do in the
Mm.
positive way, some do in the negative way. I'll just give one short example. Tata, the brand Tata, that means that is synonymous with trust, right? We trust the brand so much. So whatever they say, that gets ingrained in our mind. And when Ratan Tata around 2009, he came up with the nano car. So
Yeah.
he somehow branded it as the poor man's car. So after that, I was went to various universities and asked students that how many of you want to get rich, have a job, get your salary, and then buy a poor man's car. Not a single hand came up. Right? So because the car stands outside our home, so it's a status symbol.
Correct.
So people will spend extra, but nobody will buy a poor man's car.
Romance car.
Right? Same thing
Absolutely.
with, yeah. So it's a branding. It misfired actually. Same thing goes with Garib Rath. Okay, Lalu ji introduced Garib Rath, and
Mm.
we saw. I personally experienced that when we go by the train, mothers say that okay, we are going to Bua's house. Don't tell Bua we came by Garib Rath. Tell we came by Rajdhani or Duranto. Okay, so by while taking discounts, we will take double the discount. But while saying, nobody can say I can came by Garib Rath or I bought a poor man's car. So these things play with our minds. So marketing can be
Absolutely.
resonant. It can be a positive way or it
Yeah.
can be a negative way. So, but it
The
influences our
same goes
life.
with correct. The same goes with airlines also. We tend to classify them. Oh, Air India or oh, this and that. People
Right,
tend
right,
to compare.
right.
Like it's
So
like
a
a
government
status symbol.
airline
The
is
way you
looked down
travel.
upon. Everything,
Absolutely.
whatever you buy. But the opposite thing works. Suppose we had the ad of Ustad Zakir Hussain Wa Taj Wa, right? So it got ingrained into our brain that Taj tea is something that is for the Ustads. Okay, so then people started thinking that maybe it is a bit costly than the other tea, Brook Bond, or because it's for the Ustads, right? They marketed it in that way. And
Yeah.
after a decade, they had to remarket it. A little boy runs to a pianist and says that, is it only for ustads? Then the maestro says that no, वो सभी के लिए है.
Hmm.
So it got marketed in such a way that tea, we won't buy expensive tea because that is inside our home. We
Hmm.
will buy the cheaper version, right? So Tata got the brand good stay with Pandit Zakir Hussain, but people started thinking that it is much more expensive than normal tea because it's Ustado ke liye is the tagline. So
Correct.
that again a reverse thing worked. So they had to correct the tagline
Hmm.
and say that no, it's sabhi ke liye. It's not expensive. Go and
Yeah.
buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
Only
So
thing
two
is like,
different thing works in
yeah,
terms of
with
advertising.
big brands, they can do all the marketing strategies and know what works for them, what doesn't work for them. They have the money to shell out and to,
Right. Right.
gather the data.
Right. Right.
Correct. So why I asked is, can small businesses and startups can also like read the book and gain all the
Definitely,
insights?
definitely. It's for them only because they don't have 50 crore or 100 crore to simply waste on advertisement that nobody sees, right?
Absolutely.
So they have limited opportunities, they have limited budgets. So when you are creating something, you have to see that whether it will click with my audience or not. So first is identification of your audience. If you are selling a snow package to someone in Kashmir, it's fine, but you can't sell that to someone in South India touring in South India, right? So whether it will
Hmm.
click with the audience, some cards will click with the people in Gurgaon. They don't necessarily click with people in Bangalore or Hyderabad or Mumbai. Okay, so
Hmm.
there is a geographic resonance, there is an emotional connect. Some people simply love to splurge on brands, but some people love to, because they will save money and see what is the utility in that brand or not. Okay, so
Exactly. Yeah.
everyone can go through it and they can understand that what makes a brand click. You have to have an emotional connect. Suppose that tomato sauce says we have 16% more tomatoes, but another one says that it's a grandmother's recipe which you are selling. So there is an emotional connect. People won't go for
Hmm.
16% more tomatoes, they will go for grandmother's recipe. So this will
Yeah.
give them an idea that uh, an advertisement is more about building an emotional connect, more about building a recall value. People will see it today, they will hum the jingle or say the line years after, or whenever they are doing
Yeah.
something else. So advertisements like Fevicol, they didn't say that we have the best adhesive. They didn't argue. They simply showed some pictures where people were bonded together in impossible situations. Okay, so they didn't tell that we have the best adhesive. They carried forward the story that this narrative should click with the people, and it gives various clues, various ways by which narrative click. So this is for every, especially for
Startup
entrepreneur
business.
startup
Okay, great.
businesses.
So they can get a lot of insights and learning through your experiences, which you mentioned in
Right,
the book.
right.
Okay. So
Exactly, exactly.
speaking about brands and businesses, and the book speaks of the model quantum marketing resonance engine. That is QMRE. So please tell us a little about this business model that you've
Right.
introduced.
So it's a trademark model, and it's not only about marketing brands or something. Suppose tomorrow you have to give a speech at a say, program in North India. Okay, so you have written the speech, but will it resonate with the audience? So you put it in the engine. It will be like an app kind of thing that is coming up, and it will give you the points that yes, this portions of the speech will resonate with the audience, and these portions might seem boring to them. So some audience in North India loves some types of things. Audience in eastern part of the country prefers something sweet. Audience in the southern part, they prefer something massy. Audience in the Mumbai, Delhi, they prefer something classy in that. So even if it's a speech or say you are preparing YouTube video, you put it in the resonance engine, it will give exactly that after this many seconds, your viewership will start decreasing. Okay, suppose we are making a video today and it will clearly say that whether the audience is watching the book for the watching the video for the resonance book, whether they're watching the video for say a middle-aged scientist who has become an author, or whether they're watching for Neha Jan Pandit, right? So it will clearly say that who is your focus and who is resonating with the audience, and be it a speech, be it an YouTube video, suppose say Tesla wants to open a new market in a particular city. So whether it should be Pune, whether it should be Hyderabad, or whether it should be Mumbai, so it will clearly give the percentage of getting things right. Okay, so it's not that we are predicting the future, but we are predicting the best possible case scenario. So be it advertisements, be it businesses, or suppose a hospital wants to open its branch somewhere. Okay, so it will give the perfect area city where you can get, or the catchment area where you can get your clients. You can click with the mass market there.
Okay, okay. So you've talked in depth about this QMRE in the book and how
Yeah,
it
right.
can
Everything is
be
explained
useful
that
for business.
what goes behind making this engine, and the engine is in the form of an application. Whatever vary, whether there are various parts: travel resonance engine, business resonance engine. So if you are a couple, or if who loves to do outdoor activities, if you're planning for a foreign trip, so whether you should visit Sri Lanka, you have a certain budget, right? Whether you should visit Sri Lanka, whether you should visit Bali, or whether you should visit Japan. So Japan again gives various opportunities for kids, anime and other things to play and have fun. So which visit will give you a memory that you can cherish 20 years later within a particular budget. So this will break down everything. Travel agencies will only say, okay, you have this budget, you go to this place. But this will break down your experience where you will experience, if you are looking for solitude, where you will experience that better, whether you will get Indian food or not, whether you should do a self-driving, you should take a guide or not. So everything, if you're planning for travel, just put your particulars in that engine and it will give you top 10 destinations and graded accordingly that these things will suit you, these things won't suit you, depending upon your budget or your preferences.
How can one access this QMRE?
So it is an application being built. So once the application gets released, so it will be simple an app, and like a Google search engine, there will be a search bar. You put in your questions, you upload your YouTube video, you upload your speech or anything, and it will give you exact this.
So it will analyze it and
It will
feedback.
analyze, and within seconds you will give a 8 to 10 pages feedback that these are the things, these are the things that will work for you, these are the things that won't work for you.
Okay. So is it restricted to only brands and businesses or others also?
No, 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 no. It's restricted to anything. You can talk about career. You can talk about, as I said, that travel. You can talk about, you are uploading a video. Everyone wants to go viral, right? So you can put up
Correct.
your 1 minute video, and
Mm-hmm.
this will give you an exact thing that where you are missing the hook, where there should be a punchline,
Correct.
and where the audience will fall off, and when the audience will stop seeing your video. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not only for ads, it's for everything. Everything we do in life, we want people to see it, right? More and
Okay.
more things, whatever we are doing, we want to reach out to more people. That is the trend
Correct.
nowadays. So
Correct.
that will tell you that what will make it click with your audience.
Okay. So, Doctor,
So it
tell me,
even predicted, yeah,
nowadays, everyone is the first thing is ChatGPT. Anything you have in
right.
mind, we tend to ask ChatGPT. So,
Hmm.
how can what is the distinguishing factor like QMRE can provide
Right.
as opposed to
So
ChatGPT?
this thing also, right. So Chat GPT will analyze certain conditions, okay,
Okay.
and it will give you certain answers that these are the things that will work. But this is a trained engine. So this is a
Hmm.
trained engine where various parameters have been put into fact, and it has been
Hmm.
seen means for last 3 4 years that suppose Amazon entered this instant delivery a few months earlier. So we were predicting for me, we were putting the data for the last 3 4 5 years that if Blinkit, Zepto, they go on investing some particular amount in a particular state, who will be ahead after the next 5 years. Okay, so if Amazon wants to know that I will be investing something in this business next 5 years, where will I stand vis-a-vis Blinkit, vis-a-vis Instamart, vis-a-vis Zepto. Okay, so
Correct.
these will be ChatGPT will not be making accurate predictions. It will just see the current
Hmm.
market and give some
Yeah.
data to you. Okay, that
Generalized.
data has been right. It is more like accumulating things from various sources and putting it to you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
more like prediction in the next 5 years where my business will stand, because last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years data has already been fed into it, and it has
Correct.
been checked that where we are differing. Okay, so certain parameters have again been upgraded,
Hmm.
and accuracy has been found to more than say 95% to 97%.
Exactly.
See, you
Okay.
can't ask ChatGPT that who will win the World Cup, but we tried football World Cup. We tried
Mhm.
with it, and 1 month back it gave the prediction that Spain is going to win the football World Cup. So it's not that sport is not something we like to predict or this thing, but yeah, based
Yeah.
upon their means SWAT analysis. Okay, it's the strength, weakness, and everything. So it gave a
Mhm.
prediction. It may have been wrong, but yeah, that
Mhm.
Spain is the strongest contender after or before France to win the football World Cup. So things like this. Okay, so the prediction is 90 to 90, 95 to 97% accurate. That has been seen a number of times, and that has been reiterated a number of times, and parameters have been adjusted to make it accurate.
Okay. So if we were to compare it to ChatGPT, what would be the accuracy of ChatGPT in percentage?
No, ChatGPT will
Like
give you
60
something
to
of around.
70.
Yeah, so ChatGPT doesn't claim that. Means if you want to ask that means what will be my business suppose Birla Opus that has entered the market. So if they ask ChatGPT that what is the means probability that 5 years from now I will be near Asian Paints. So ChatGPT will ask for various other parameters to be fed into it. It simply can't give a
Mhm.
prediction that vis-a-vis Asian Paints variable will be standing 5 years from now. But this engine will itself parameters and say that okay, so if you advertise in this way, or if you means made up your connections with different businesses down the line this
Okay.
way, so it will analyze everything for you. Like you can say it is a KPMG or PwC kind of report.
Hmm.
Okay, so KPMG, the PwC kind of report I am simply getting within 2 to 3 minutes on my computer screen. So it's not just a chat GPT this thing. So it's a high level kind of report prepared by these business analysis agencies that is within your hand for say travel to business to education to health, anything,
Okay.
for even your speeches, your YouTube videos, everything.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's a much more, much, yeah. So it's not like a simple guesswork.
Okay.
Okay, so it's that type of high quality report that you are getting.
So if I'm talking about a brand, how is QMRE different from the traditional marketing concepts like conversions and reach and impressions?
Right. So most marketing executives, they are very excited when they see that people are clicking on our brand. we are getting the visibility, million visibility or this thing and that. But when you are launching a brand, it's not just about a single ad. There are various businesses where you have seen that means they come such as Nokia. Okay, so Nokia was one of the market leaders at some point of time. But when it came to the long-term business view, okay, so they simply
Mm,
disappeared from the market. Same thing with Kodak. Okay, so they were
mm,
again the market leaders for camera, but digital market came, they reinvented themselves, but simply they disappeared from the market. So this
correct.
is that you have to build a trust means what the steps you have to take that will build a trust initiative with. It's like breaking the ice with a little babies, right? So
Mm,
how you build up a trust, how you build up a coherence with the client, and what things you need to do so that 50 rupees or 100 rupees you spend on an ad today, day after
mm,
tomorrow, month after, or even 6 months after, people, this thing will resonate in people's mind. Okay, they won't be
okay.
forgetting that. Okay, so we saw something, but okay, I didn't understand what it is. So it should resonate in people's mind. Whatever you are spending,
Mm,
that was something I saw. Like suppose we buy a Rolex, right? It's not for seeing time. They have built up a brand. We can see the time in the mobile also. But when you wear Rolex, it indicates that you have made it in life, right? So every watch I am now wearing a
it's
fast
much
track. Okay, so every watch.
pressure. It's much precious than a
ex-
medal.
Exactly, exactly. So, do you want to build a Rolex? Do you want to build a fast track? Or do you want
Okay.
to build a Casio or any other watch in the market? So that
Right.
the quantum mechanical engine will analyze where you want to be in market, and they will
Mm,
break down everything for you and prepare the perfect advertisement, perfect pitch that if you are targeting this section of the society, then this should be a pitch of your ad. If you are targeting other section of the society, then this should be the pitch of your ad. You shouldn't simply waste millions of rupees in marketing and then see, okay, I should have made the other ad. I should have tried it the other way.
yeah.
Okay, so before
The way.
that, you take an informed decision. Okay, so where you
Okay.
want to see your brand and how you plan to stay in the market for the next 10 or 20 years. So it's more about
Oh,
taking an informed decision than making a guesswork with simple clicks or simple views and things like that.
okay. Okay. So, tell me, doctor, you've done PhD from IIT Guwahati, and you've had plethora of experiences behind you. So, how did your background in quantum science and AI and marketing influence your book, writing this book?
All right. See, I would just say one example that I want to buy a laptop, right? So, uh, before buying a laptop, we normally go through various reviews, study various reviews, go through various sites. We call up our friends that which one you are using and whether how what is working for how many years, and lot of things we study. Okay, so it is the same thing in quantum that we are in various states at a particular time. Okay, so everything we study. Then we go to
Mm,
the shop, and then the
correct.
dealer says, sir, this is the laptop which I have been using.
Mm,
Everything what we had done before, it collapses into a certain place, and I say, okay,
mm,
pack this one for me. Okay, so we go to a car showroom. Okay, so we
mm,
have studied this car, and that thing, and the person says that this is the car that I have been driving for 10 years. Okay, so everything collapses. So whatever means I had seen that how brands play out on uncertainty, how brands play
mm,
out on probability. Okay, so while I was studying quantum, it came through my mind that manipulation of human mind, manipulation of human brain. Now we have AI. Okay, so
correct.
previously, what was scarce? Previously, information was scarce. Previously, intelligence was scarce. For that, we used to go to Google, right? Now,
Yeah.
intelligence is abundant. AI is there, right? Intelligence is
Mm,
abundant.
mm,
Information is abundant. What is scarce is attention span. Okay, so
yeah.
we have to capture the attention span 30 seconds. We have only 30
Mm,
seconds before some, or even a few seconds before someone swipes the mobile. Okay, so now we
absolutely.
are. I'll just say you something which has changed within last few years. Previously, we used to see politicians give speeches from Jantar Mantar or speeches from big grounds, and we used to sit with mobiles and okay, forwarding things and forwarding codes.
Yeah.
Now the Gen Z is giving the speeches. Okay, the young guys, they are giving the speeches.
Exactly.
Politicians are now making reels. They are making reels and trying out. The situation has flipped, right? Within a very short time, with advent of technology, situation has flipped. So you can never know that attention is now means nobody hears a politician speaking, giving a long speech from a television or things like that. Okay, so you
Mhm.
never know when the situation will flip. So how to get that 10 or 15 seconds of attention, human mind, how it works. So that means intrigued me hugely. And whatever I learned from quantum mechanics, I tried to apply that to real life scenarios. Heisenberg principle says that two particles cannot be at the same place of momentum at the same time, right? So same thing that when I am talking with you, you might be taking gets influenced by my words or what I am thinking. Okay, so
Yes.
two minds, they're continuously interfering with each other. So there is nothing like somebody is cut off from this world today. So
Mm-hmm.
this constant interference, everybody is influencing each other, and what final decision I make,
Yeah.
that is again something, right? So that is dependent upon that 13-second or 15-second attention this
Okay.
span. And in this age of
Mm.
AI, that is the only thing, decision making, that is left to us. Everything is being done by these bots, chatbots, information, and everything. So what I decide is now left up to me. I don't know what will happen over the next 10, 15 years, but I
Mm.
have to take the correct decision getting in this scenario, and that is how things will work in the next 10 or 15 years. If I
Okay.
let bots make the decision for me, then things are going to get much more aggravated.
Okay. You have said that human connection is the most important thing when it comes
Right.
to brand building or any to grow a business. There
Mhm.
should be an absolute
Mhm.
connection and authenticity between the brand and the
Right.
consumers. But how, with the advent of AI and technology, which is fast growing, so can
Mhm.
AI make the marketing less human? Like, how does it work then? If we are relying on AI.
Uh, yeah, right. So what
Mm.
AI is, it gives more and more amount of data, but
Mm.
ultimate it also behavioral pattern. Okay, so
Yes.
those things are fine, but how we connect to the fans, how we interpret the data, okay, how
Mm.
we reach out in minds, that again is left to the human mind. AI won't be making a decision for you. Okay,
Okay.
AI will be giving authentic data and authentic behavioral patterns, but ultimately marketing will remain something where humans have to take the decision, and whether this A campaign or B campaign will run, that particular decision will be left to the AI. Because suppose I say a joke, okay, so
Mm.
then I can see whether somebody simply ignored that. AI can't make that decision.
My question is about your book
Mhm.
Resonance. Uh, what are the practical lessons can marketers, entrepreneurs, and business leaders expect to learn from the book?
Right. So the practical lessons are, there is no single formula to the audience in large, and the audience is become fragmented. People on mobile devices and their own choice, and they have everyone is in a particular surrounding, and so you have to understand where a certain marketing pitch resonates with a particular audience and where it simply creates noise. I
Okay.
can say, I can write various things in a marketing. I can bring in various stars, this thing, that thing, and but most of the times it is actually noise. People seeing the ads, but they don't. Suppose seeing Facebook and some ad pops out in between. So it's not that I'll immediately go and buy it, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is that when I have the requirement, then does that image of that ad or the slogan of that ad pop up in front of me?
Mm.
So that's why ad making today means there is a huge amount of information. So there is a very high chances that whatever ads you are making, they will drown in the deluge of content. Too much of content, and too much of content which are of no use to me, but I'm simply forced to go through them,
Okay.
right? So the
So,
ad
so do
makers,
you think? Do you think Facebook ads and Instagram ads, all of these ads will make a difference like they used to?
Right. So that's where we called a 360-degree marketing. That see, when I am coming from the airport, I'm sitting in a car, I see huge billboards on the way. Right. So people think
Yeah.
that why use these billboards when you have this Facebook and this Instagram ads coming to your mobile?
Correct.
The thing is
Correct.
that
Yeah.
that particular, say, real estate or a Maggie ad or a Amul ad, it strikes my mind once. Okay, so when I reach home, I am seeing again the same thing on Facebook, seeing same thing on Instagram. So when I actually need that thing, and when I'm
Hmm.
searching for Google, then it comes to my mind that okay, this brand I have seen 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I have
Hmm.
heard people talking about it, right? Social listening, we call about this. There are various
Yeah.
applications that talk about social listening. I've heard people talking about it. A film reviews, most of them are paid reviews, right? We everyone know that the reviews
Yes.
coming out in newspaper are paid reviews. But when we
Yeah.
see people talking about it on Facebook, giving their now everybody is a reviewer, everybody is a reporter. Okay, so when
Hmm.
people give their authentic views on Facebook, so that
Hmm.
authenticity has something which no ad can beat. So marketers should learn that you have to be authentic in today's this thing. You can't put VFX and this thing, that thing, bring in
Yes.
actors and
Yeah.
right. So you have to
Yeah.
be authentic. If you are bringing in Shah Rukh Khan for an ad, you have to sell
Hmm.
a dream, right? So like
Hmm.
in the 2000s, he advertised for the Santro cars. He was
Hmm.
selling a dream to the middle class. Now the Santro, it was relaunched by and it was advertised by some other actor, again a big actor,
Hmm.
but it didn't create the same ripple as Shah Rukh Khan did in that time, right? So he
Yeah.
was selling a dream. Somebody else sells motivation. Say Virat Kohli,
Hmm.
he sells motivation
Hmm.
that you have to come back to the same job again and again. This thing. So when we are buying something, we are not actually buying the product. We are buying the memory. We are buying the dream, or we are
Story behind it,
going.
basically.
Nike says, right, just do it. Okay, so I know I can't run as fast as the person in the ad simply by buying the shoe,
Yeah.
but still I go for the shoe
Correct.
because I also want that just do it thing in my life. I hope that buying the shoes will make my life more disciplined, just like person in that ad. So we buy
Correct.
stories, we don't buy products. Nowadays, we don't buy products. We connect emotionally with stories, like I said, that grandmother's recipe and things like that, or your
Yes. Yes.
this mother's thing. So we
Yeah.
connect with stories and we connect with emotions. We all those emotions are accumulated as memory. Okay, so
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
story, the memory, this connection, and we buy something which we want to be. Okay, we are buying a
Correct. So that
we
is the
know
main
that
trigger behind buying and
exactly. I
looking at the
want to
product.
be something like that. If I
Mm.
have the money, why can't I? So I am buying a different persona or upgraded persona of myself,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
upgrading
Correct.
myself in my life, in my thought, as I said about the Rolex watch and all. So we buy
Mm.
memories. So we, apart from selling the product that our product does this and they do this thing, people
Mm.
nowadays should concentrate more on the stories, concentrate more on the connections, and concentrate more on breaking the ice, right? So
Correct.
that's
That's
what
why
I
we see a
think.
lot of that's why we see a lot of founders also talking about their product like firsthand, from their mouth and how they started it, how they built
Right,
it,
right.
and the story
Exactly. Even if
matters
you,
basically.
yes, even if you see Infosys founder talking about 70 hours week, you see Sudha Murthy talking about Infosys and
Mhm.
how things got
Yeah.
built. You see there's a Zomato story. So everything has a story behind it. Zomato, Swiggy, whatever it is. So people love the story. People love to connect with the emotions, right? Like I would say in the 80s, there was an ad, Hamara Bajaj, right? There was
Mm.
a joint family kind of thing. But
Mm.
that story, that thing resonated with generations. But now we
Yeah.
have separate families, and this thing, that joint family thing has broken down. So that
Broken
Hamara
down.
Bajaj campaign won't work now, right? So
Mm.
now we have to give something which will work for individual families who are battling their own pressures and who are what they're uh, what they're seeing in the Instagram feed, and they want to be what they see, right? So you give that solution to them, you give the product to them. So that's what advertisement advertisers should look forward to more
And the
nowadays.
algorithm will make sure that it comes to you.
Right. So algorithm was there previously also. It will be there in the future.
Yeah,
There's also, but the
yeah,
more thing is this human connect that should always be there.
correct, correct. So, what was the most challenging part of writing the book Resonance? I mean, you have so many ideas, you have the knowledge
Right,
to put
right.
that knowledge
See,
into one particular model of QMRE and
exactly,
talking
exactly.
about it.
See, yeah, right. We have been talking for means last half an hour, and while in the flow of talking, I think means when you shifted to this chat GPT, you shifted to your own experience and you questioned me that how it is different from chat GPT and things like that. So that was the main challenge to talk in the language where people will get involved. Now here we are having a one-to-one talk, so no one else is there. But when
Mm,
somebody is reading the book, how to break down the concepts, first the quantum things, how to break down them to simple language, how to connect quantum, AI, behavioral science, neuroscience, and to connect them, and how to make people believe that your memory can be manipulated. People are doing it, they have been doing it for many years. So, to
yeah.
make everything believable, that was the main challenge, and to get people to engage with my ideas. So, I think successful, at least in this talk, that you have engaged with whatever I was saying. So, that is something which I see as my success, and I want my readers also to experience the same thing when they go through the book.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because people like you who have a lot of knowledge, you come from a background of like IIT and you've worked with one-on-one like coaching the founders and everyone. So that is all knowledge na, accumulated so
Yeah,
since
that is
for
again
so
a
many years.
brand knowledge. I
Put
also
it
a
into a
brand some sort of
concise
a way.
book. Yeah, but to put it in concise into a book, it's very
Exactly.
difficult. Yeah.
Exactly. To put things in very simple words and not what I want readers to read, but what readers themselves look around themselves and they have different questions. Is my book answering those questions? Am I catering to what they are thinking? So that was the most important challenge to accumulate and present in the book.
So how long did it take for you to write the manuscript, the draft of this book?
See, I think I started developing the quantum mechanical engine for IMINET for the past 4 to 5 years. And while doing that, whatever experiences I had and whatever past things, like we were even when I was a kid, there was the Pepsi ad that "Ye Dil Mange More." So
Yeah.
that again influenced me very much. So I have been accumulate writing down these particular jingles and things for the past many years, and I see that people still recollect them when we meet or they say these phrases. "Thanda matlab Coca-Cola." Okay, so people don't remember whether Amir
Exactly.
Khan was there or
Also,
not,
the
but
example
this
of Fevicol, which you usually, ये
Fevicol, yeah,
Fevicol का
right,
जोड़ है टूटेगा नहीं. So all of these things are
exactly,
still etched in our minds. So the kind of impact
exactly.
these brands created through jingles is
Yeah,
absolutely commendable.
right. Surf
Yeah.
Excel didn't say that we will clean the this thing. That they said daag achhe hai. Okay, they
Yeah.
created a positive scenario out of a negative this thing
Yeah.
sequence. Right.
Correct.
So
Correct.
people remember that positivity. People love to remember positivity. People remember that Cadbury ad. There was a girl standing at the boundary and kuch swad hai zindagi mein. So they love to have that positivity in our life and think
Mm.
positive, be positive. So ads which resonate with that positivity, amplify that
Yeah.
positivity. So those ads
Yes.
get etched in our memory forever. And as you
Yeah.
said that
Therefore,
this
nowadays also Ferrero Rocher, they'll
right,
market
right,
it
right.
during the Diwali time more, and
Exactly,
Cadbury
exactly,
Silk also, Valentine's Day, and all of these special
exactly.
occasions. There's a
Right.
silk, Cadbury Silk for that.
Cadbury
So
Silk,
yes,
exactly. So as you asked, that manuscript, it was not written in the last 3 or 4 years. Last many years, I had been noting down things. And yes, when we started working on this engine, maybe it took around 2 to 2.5 years to be precise. But the experience is for the past 20 years that have been written down in the book.
so you have also been coaching the founders and the business people, one-on-one coaching.
Yeah, so I was actually involved with a think tank, Center for National Policy Research, where we were coaching young students who wanted to set up some business, that what should be the ideal business, this thing for you. Okay, so not everyone can excel in every business, and most of the businesses, they are good to see in the initial years, but they fall down, and they have a
Yeah,
huge
they don't
fall
sustain
after
much.
2 to 3 years. Yeah, right. So startups and these things we see, but 99% of them aren't a success. So if your
Mm.
initial business isn't a success, do you have a plan B? So this plan B and this thing, that how to reach out to people and to make ensure that your first attempt reaches towards success. It doesn't veer towards failure.
Mm.
I have been this working with students, and may not be that many founders, but budding entrepreneurs and people who are just fresh out from that
Yeah,
education.
and
This
who
thing, they
need
have come to
guidance.
marketing.
Correct.
As I said, that next part of the life is marketing. They are
Mark.
now trying to market their skills. So
Okay.
I've been working with them for the past 5 years, and they are now at various good positions in companies, or they have started their businesses.
Mm.
And yes, I'm still in touch with them, and regularly we those have been the inputs which I have given in the this mechanical resource engine. That was a failure or whether that was a success.
Okay.
That's
So,
how the engine kept on in. Right.
okay.
So
So, have
last
you
5 to
have you
yes.
noticed any pattern where most of the business owners make, the small businesses make while marketing their products? What is a pattern that you've
Yeah,
noticed where
right.
they fail, or what is the mistakes that they
Exactly,
make?
exactly. So the mistake is everybody thinks that we need to create a big splash in the market. If we are
Hmm.
coming with a business idea, suppose my budget is 10 lakh for whatever business I'm this thing, 10 to 15 lakhs are set aside for advertising. We need to make a huge splash. So that always is not needed. Advertisements now, especially nowadays, when you can very easily reach out to the through the handsets to different people, there are various alternate pathways that you don't have to necessarily make a YouTube ad or make create a 1 minute YouTube ad or a 60-second YouTube, I mean 50-second YouTube ad to reach out to people. You can create a 5-second jingle. Okay, so
Hmm.
this engine will tell you that if you have certain products, 5-second jingle or 10-second jingle would be enough to market yourself. Or even YouTube ads are not needed. You can do certain things on Facebook, Instagram, or other social media to reach out to
Exactly.
a
So,
huge amount of people.
consistent, look forward for the consistent growth rather than, thinking about 10 CR first or
Exactly.
a
The first
huge,
splash should not be a big splash. Then the chances of failure multiply.
yeah.
You
So,
should
calculated
you should
risks.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. You should just build up on small, small things and see whether my ads are resonating with people, whether my product is resonating with. That's more important than the ad. Whether my product is resonating with the people, resonating with the market, or I should make certain changes to the product. Because no matter how good your ad is, if the product is not solving what the people certain
Mhm.
giving certain solutions to people or
Yeah.
solving my need, I won't buy it the next time. Right? So you have to concentrate on the ad, and you also have to concentrate on the feedback. That's again much more important
Yes.
than the ad. So you should have a proper, robust feedback mechanism, not paid feedback or people who will always say these are good things.
Hmm.
Honest
Honest
feedback
feedback.
mechanism should be flowing through.
Yes.
If
Yes.
if that is set, you keep on modifying your product, you keep on modifying these should be continuous processes, not something that I
Absolutely.
invest 20 lakh in this and 20 lakh in this. No, you should take small, small steps, and you should be very, very keen to listen to the market, keen to listen to your audience, keen to listen to the people who you are selling to. Right? It's not I've sold them 100 rupees thing, and now I don't care about them. No,
Yeah.
they have to come back. They have to come back to you.
Yeah,
If they
yeah, yeah.
don't come
There
back
should
to
be an
you, you gladly
accountability on the part of
there
founder.
should be an
Yeah,
accountability.
absolutely.
There should be a right. If they don't come
Yeah.
back, your business is finished.
Nice, nice. It's so nice to hear, and get insights from you, Doctor. So, my final question to you is, what message would you like to share with your readers who are preparing for AI first future?
Yeah, right. So my message would be, use AI, whatever platforms you are getting, get data, get the maximum amount of data that is possible. Try to analyze them, get the analysis also. But in terms of decision making, don't get influenced by AI don't get drowned in the deluge of data, because this
Mm.
data has a particular habit of taking you inside. You also become a part of
Yeah.
that data of billions, big
Yeah.
data, right?
You should
So
be
you should,
strong enough to have your
right,
own discernment also when it comes to um,
dealing with
usage
big
of
data,
AI and all
right?
that.
You yourself shouldn't become a part of that big data. You should be
Yeah, yeah,
facing that data, and you should be
yeah,
strong enough to take a
yeah.
decision, because others will
Yeah,
say,
smart
no,
enough
my,
to just collect the data and then
right.
use your own intelligence. Correct.
Right. So others marketers will say, no, this is getting 1,000 clicks, this is getting this many this thing, so we should go ahead with it. You should just think that if I go out and show this advertisement to my car driver or to my gardener, will he have a
Mm.
blank look, or will he engage with me and ask more about the ad? So you should be able to think beyond your office walls, beyond that matrices and charts and everything. You should be able to go to the persons who matter to you and who will give you honest feedback, and then come back again and deal with the data. So this honesty should be in you, this authenticity should be in your product, and this honesty should reflect in the advertisement you are making. So that will be enough to reach the market, enough to resonate with the market.
Wow, the way you've spoken, I'm sure that the readers will benefit from by reading this book. I mean, I can see it's like your sincerity and efforts and everything that you've learned through your experiences. You've jotted down and noted everything down in this book, and for the readers to benefit, get the benefit out of it.
Right.
And I'm so glad that we had this conversation. Tomorrow, if I am also thinking about business, a skincare product or anything, I am coming to you for one-on-one coaching also, as
Yeah,
well as
right. So I
QMR.
would be waiting for an honest feedback. So once you go through it, so from your friends and others, and I hope that more and more people have the opportunity to go through it through our interview, and they through this interview, I hope they have been able to make things simple, and that will
Yes.
motivate them to go ahead and see.
Yeah. My intention is your book should reach out to the right people, to right entrepreneurs who can benefit from the QMRE, know about
Right.
the business, so that they can expand it in a proper way, by taking calculated risks, and then
Exactly.